exactly it.
Everybody, how are you? Welcome. It's your boy, Brian Pulido. Look at that kid over there. Welcome. Nick G getting into the vibe. So, hey, we're coming at you a little early. The reason we're doing that is we want to actually show you Nick G launching the vault at 4 o'clock. So we're counting it down. What kind of atomic time are we looking at here, Nick G?
We got about a minute and 40 seconds.
A minute and 40. Start your engines, everybody, because the vault is about to open. The vault is going to open at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Julian the Hooligan.
I can't wait to show you guys what we got for you. It's going to be
This is the
it's going to be great. I love
it. And then it's closing down at 5 o'clock, and then it's time for everybody to kind of get it on. Dude, tell you what, we need some beers.
And you know what? It's National Tequila Day, so I think we should all do a shot too.
Well, there you go. It's Friday.
We have to.
I'll be right back. As long as you get your finger on that button, kiddo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I never
Count it down. Count it down.
You talk to me as if I fail.
I assume nothing. Fair, right? Do you know me to be different?
No.
All right. Settle down.
But I like teasing you.
I like teasing you. I take great joy putting you on the spot. I love it. All right, so we're almost there any minute now. Julian the Hooligan's doing the nice and like getting us all hooked up with some libations over in the Coffin bar.
Julian,
Tough life. Gobble, gobble, gobble. I don't want to peak too early, man. It's like barely 4 o'clock. Julian's trying to plow us with alcohol. I'll be like full passing out at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
How we on time?
All right, it's going to go live in 10 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lift off.
Lift off. We have lift off. The vault is open. The vault is open. The vault is open. You may be tuning in and saying, what the heck does he mean by the vault is open? Well, this is a live stream from Coffin Comics. Thank you. You're at Coffin Con. Let's see. Comic Con at home, Coffin Comics. We're celebrating it along with San Diego Comic Con. And we just opened up our vault, which is something that we would do. Now, our vault is link in the bio somewhere around here. There's a link. And the idea is that we're putting 33 books up or thereabouts for sale. And when they're gone, they're gone. And just give me a second here. It's funny. I have coffee in one hand and then a beer in another. It's Coffee Comics Friday. Friday.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. The vault is open. This is the last session of the vault.
Last session of the vault for the foreseeable future. The last time we opened up the vault was in mid-March. When will we open again? It is unknown. It is unknown. So the vault is open.
Got a lot of people very happy that you decided to open the vault. They're very excited that you did that.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, we take great pleasure in curating it. Julian the Hooligan curated the entire vault offering.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. So I'm not seeing comments. Let me see here.
Oops, sorry. You just
Click that.
that one.
Boom. Okay, here we go. So, some aged beer. Drop a glass of tequila. Something just happened there. Tequila. All right, some tequila.
Tequila.
Thank you. Tequila in a
Tequila.
We're doing the tequila in the coffin shaped shot glass. Let me see if we can get that.
Mm-hmm.
Smells tasty.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we're gonna get our act together. We're gonna start the show. We're gonna start showing vault. You know, we're waiting on Julian, but the vault is open. The vault is open. Miguel saying these are the Friday. Things are selling out fast.
Miguel, it's good to hear from you.
So we're gonna look. It's Friday.
National Tequila Day.
It's National Tequila Day. We would be remiss if we did not celebrate National Tequila Day. It'd be practically a crime. You know, I feel, Julian, I feel so lucky that we live in the Southwest where we definitely get the best, the best Mexican food, and because I love it anyway. Yeah. Tomorrow we have some family over at my place, and we're doing a taco bar, and I'm making margaritas.
Oh yeah, the Pulido margarita.
Watch out, man! I do this 3-ingredient margarita that knocks people out. All right, man. Big up.
Cheers.
All right.
Good weekend to you all.
I blame you.
Blame the hooligan.
So
What I
vault is a reason to celebrate. That is for sure. I mean, these goodies are just.
That's good.
Good. When I was a kid drinking tequila, I didn't know better, and I got like what was like the rock gut stuff.
You got this stuff with the worm?
Dude. When I was a kid, man. I mean, when I was younger and like I was all about it. Yeah. Me and my roommate, a guy named John Geisler, we shared an entire brownstone in Hoboken, New Jersey, which you could do in the 80s for like $900 a month. And yeah, we would fight to see who could get the worm.
Oh.
I can't believe man, we were local
Singers
sinners.
like to party, as the song goes.
Do your business.
All right, here we go. We are open.
Now these vault items are definitely being offered, and when they're gone, they're gone. We may be presenting them to you. Nick G could kind of give us a roll down on what's left or what's not left, but all right. So Julian the Hooligan, feel free. Fire when ready, my friend.
Boom! Here we go. Richard Ortiz, AP5.
Whoa.
I did not get the title of it because it was blocked, but I think this is one of your micro medals.
Yeah, so we had this summer, a couple summers ago, when it was just literally it was Nick G and I were the only people working at Coffin Comics, and we had this summer of metal. Do you remember this, dude?
Oh, I do. Yeah, that was one of the Ortiz heavy.
Yeah, we did 4 during that
actually,
summer.
That was actually one of the very first. It wasn't the first metal cover we ever did,
No.
but it was one of the first.
Yeah, here I'm trying to find the name. Yeah, so Late Death Killers, the information is on the back. Late Death Killers 1 Heavy Metal Edition, limited to 25.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yep, we did 4 of those that summer. And Richard Ortiz, based on gorgeous Richard Ortiz sketch. I don't know how many years ago that was, but man, that was a real defining year and summer where we decided like we were just going to be vicious about quality of what we print and really get super rigorous with like every printer across the board. And definitely with some growing pains for everybody involved, but we're actually we were inspired by one of the gentlemen who have purchased from us wholesale for a very long time, and that would be Will Hertzberg of Will's Bargains. And Will has been with us since close to very, very much at the beginning, and Will's just been an ally of ours. And make no bones about it, Will is very demanding. And there's a way to relate to a person who's demanding where, I don't know, you judge or criticize that. But instead, we took on the idea that Will Hertzberg makes us better. And that's true, Nick, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes he's tough, but that particular summer, he was very rigorous on us on quality, and we took it on. And ever since then, it was kind of like the rocket fuel. And I'd also say that Will recently had a health scare, and we just want to send our love and admiration and respect to Will for him standing with us through this whole time. Honestly, folks, there was a time when no one cared, and Will did. And there were just times where Will's support of our company really just kept us going. So big up to Will.
Cheers to Will.
Cheers to Will.
Cheers. Good
Thank
health.
you. Thank you. Every book has got a million stories. You bring that one up, it totally reminds me of that summer.
See, that's great because for me, being new to the company and knowing you from the past, I get a history lesson and I get a sense of how much we care and we've grown to care and give quality to everyone. So it's awesome.
We wake up in the morning, that's what we try to do. If we
Amen.
fail, we'll take it on the chin and we'll just keep going.
That's very true.
All right.
Here we go. Boom.
Boom.
A BP edition.
Oh,
the
okay.
Finch Emerald Metallic.
Right on.
This did not get uploaded. It was a slight boo-boo, but we switched it
I
up.
see. Okay.
So it's here today.
All right.
It's available right now.
What's that, Nick?
Someone grabbed it.
All right.
It's gone already. All right.
And give us a status report on if you can, on the vault. How's the vault doing?
Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 items left out of
6 items left in the vault
the 29.
out of the 29 we offered today.
This is a metallic jewel.
And
Lady
I'll
Death
post
Secrets.
the links to the ones we have left.
Okay.
It's a Jesse Witchman.
Oh yeah, that one's
Beautiful.
Yeah. So look, big up to Jesse Witchman. He actually, this is his design. This character was so inspirational that we actually put her in the comics. So that character is Hana. That is totally Jesse's design. And, you know, I've said this before occasionally. It's like you see an enormous variety of covers that we do and cover imagery. But I also do say that many of these covers have been prophecies of things to come. So that particular image, the very second it was created and I saw it, I knew that forthcoming we have this group of people called the Sisterhood. We introduced them briefly in Blasphemy Anthem, and we also introduced Hana. And there's something going on with these characters because they have the same pallor as Lady Death. They're all around the same age range, about 20 years old. And I can tell you that in Lady Death Cataclysmic Majesty next February, that we discuss these characters in a little bit more detail. So Hana was in Scorched Earth and Blasphemy Anthem, and she returns as a member of the Sworn in Cataclysmic Majesty.
That's a real beautiful character design.
Oh,
too.
man.
That's just really
It's all him.
attractive. That's beautiful.
It's all him.
Good work, man.
Yeah, that Oni logo.
Julian. Cataclysmic Majesty. Say it.
Oh God, don't make me do it.
Do it.
Cataclysmic Majesty. Cataclysmic Majesty. Cataclysmic Majesty. And that's after tequila.
Yeah.
Woo!
But can you do MD?
Malevolent decimation, malevolent decimation, malevolent decimation. I think I need to drink to say these things.
So, Nick, so we're here, we're live. Do you think that you can do all the titles in sequence?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Chaos Rolls, Damnation Game, Extinction Express, Oblivion Kiss, Merciless Onslaught, Unholy Ruin, Apocalyptic Abyss, Nightmare Symphony, Scorched Earth, Blasphemy Anthem, Malevolent Decimation, Treacherous Infamy.
Boom.
Whoa.
The kid.
100 points
The
on the
kid.
board.
A plus, A plus, A plus.
That's
awesome.
That stuff every day.
Yeah, exactly.
This gave me the warms and fuzzies when I found it, and I thought it was appropriate to bring it out. It's the Evil Ernie Resurrection
Oh,
Chaos
wow.
Ash Can. And it's number 39. And it's signed by Stephen Hughes and Brian.
These were so neat to do. So may I set the scene on these? Because
Please
this
do.
is really fun. So in the early 90s, some comics retailers came out of the woodwork and encouraged us younger creators to do these ash cans. And we were not the first people to do them. Ash cans were originally done as early as the 30s to establish a copyright or a trademark of a book. And frequently there'd be nothing inside. So how we took the ash can was to preview what was coming. So this ash can came out months before Chaos Comics' first ever comic, which was Evil Ernie Resurrection. So let me show you a little bit about these old school ash cans, which some discerning fiends will notice that we did a survey recently, unofficially and informally, and wanted to know your feedback on whether you liked the old school ash cans like this, or you like the more slickly produced ones. And without a doubt, 3-1, you guys like the old school. So on this one, these are just made with normal copy paper, first of all. And I think it's called Astro Bright paper. And inside it, it's made so simply. In fact, I mean, what I think I did personally, this was even before Mike Flippin became our graphic designer, I would just cut out and paste everything. And then I provided it to like the local printer guy who did a bang up job really, and reproduced it and then individually numbered and signed them. But inside would be, it says, feast your eyes on this scene from number 1. And I would just be cutting and pasting these things to the actual size. No Photoshop or anything. And this was very old school. And taking a look at Evil Ernie. And then what I liked about these things too was we looked way ahead. Oh, look at that. Welcome Fiends. And this is dating back to 92.
That's awesome.
28 years ago. And even taking a look ahead of time at stuff.
Bam.
Bam. Jim Ballant, contributor, then contributor now. Pencils, Hughes. And then it was fun. Yeah, all the way down to pencils, you know, and they're very primitive. Like we didn't feed this into a computer. I like cut and paste it, and I'm like, here, can you print this?
That reminds me of friends and I used to do for our nightclubs and band stuff. We would do copy, go to the whatever Kinko's we can go and make our copies of flyers.
Exactly like
just
that.
cutting everything up and putting it out.
Yeah,
That
I
was
like that.
cool. It's a lot
Old
of fun.
school. Yeah, so I adored doing these. You really feel the tactile feeling of creating stuff, just cutting and pasting and all that stuff.
Very punk
Yeah.
rock.
I love ash cans, and I'm glad that we're hopefully introducing them and telling people, hey, what do you want to see? And I like they're going with the old school.
They're really cool. So, I mean, to that end, I would actually ask people, is that something you guys would like to see, an old school ash can? I don't know. Let us know in the comments. I'll go over and take a look. Who knows?
I'd love to see them. I miss ash
We got a
cans.
vote from the Hooligan.
I'm old
How
school
about you,
too.
Nick? Would you like to see an old school ash can?
Yes. Yes. How does you think? Are we going to cut and do it the old
Yeah.
school way?
I don't know, man. Who said we're doing them? I don't know.
Yeah, like straight up old school, like black and white printing on like a colored cover. Yes.
Yeah, Astro Bright.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
you get the cool cover. Yeah.
I think it's time to bring it back, and it's up to us to do it.
Hell
It's up to us to do
Okay,
it.
who the hell knows? I love the idea. It's funny, like have to reverse engineering and get super primitive.
But
I'm
it
gonna
makes it more fun.
No, that's cool, man. I'll let you introduce this one, and I'm going to check the comments.
This I love these because it's one of my favorite up and coming artists with us is Yo-Yo.
Daryl Jean Johnson is saying hello to Nick.
Daryl. And I have
Daryl,
2
Daryl.
remarks. These are remarked by her. There's only
Oh, they're
25 made. Yep.
Craig, thank you so much.
Each
for
one
being
is
with me.
different.
Sorry.
And it's from Yo-Yo. And I love her stuff. I really love her style. She's got it. And it's always happy when I can post some more of her books.
Awesome. I think people are liking the idea of an old school ash can. We'll see.
I think so.
I don't know.
I'd love to do it.
It'd be fun.
I got another AP here.
I'm feeling
And this one's a medal. It's from Marat, and it's an homage to Action Comics
I love
#1. That's great. I heard you talking about the Superman #1 homage earlier, and I was just like, I can't wait to show this to people because I knew this was coming up. So
You know,
this is great.
it's challenging because the trade dress covers the fact that this was a hearse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that one's a neat one.
That is
You know,
really
big
cool.
up to Marat Michaels, a peer of mine, and we have been journeying through the world of comics since, man, like the early '90s. I remember I met Marat, and I say this story, so if you know this one, but we used to get together like on a certain day of the week at a Denny's in Los Angeles and just hang out, and you know, we were aspiring creators, and he was just so young, you know, in the game. Like he had it figured out at a very young age. But so we've been kind of journeying through the ups and the downs of the roller coaster that is this business it's approaching 30 years. So again, thank you. It's great. 30 years later, we're still working together. We still enjoy each other's company. It's awesome.
And I met Marat through my Atomic days with some of my staff, would do art with them. And I think one of my old staff members was his roommate. And that's how I met Marat, and I would hang out there.
Jim Thornton.
Jim Thornton? Oh my God, where is Jim Thornton?
I don't know.
I'd love to find out what happened to that guy. That guy was a trip. That guy was amazing. I love that guy. Miss him so much. Jim Thornton, if you're out there, shout out to you. Old school guy. Love it.
Rockin' Rodeo.
Oh, yeah, that con it, though.
That's right.
Oh, my God. The first Phoenix con. It was like really small in a country western bar.
Correct.
It was great.
Yeah, it was the Coffin, the Chaos Comics crew.
Yes.
Fire alarm lights and everything in McFarlane. We all went over capacity in that place. It was ridiculous.
I remember selling boxes of trading cards for like $20, and we had sold long boxes for like $20 to people. It's like whatever you can put in there. There's a Spawn 1 floating around for you to get signed in one of the boxes.
So we all like signed our ass off. McFarlane, us. The place was bananas, packed with people. And I saw like the coolest boss move from McFarlane at the end of the day. So it's the end of the day. Everyone's leaving. He signed his butt off, of course, to Tom McFarlane, and it's sort of behind the venue. And this kid comes up with one other book. And he's like, Todd, one more. And he's like, no, man, I've seen you. You've done all right. Yeah. He was like, all right. And that was that. That was a boss move. I'm like, that's a boss
That's
move.
pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
a boss move.
Here we go. Beautiful Harrigan, Apocalyptic Abyss, Emerald Lingerie Medal.
Oh, man.
And this is a BP edition, people,
Oh,
from
man, that was
Brian's
for-
personal collection.
Yeah, that was for Emerald City Comic Con 2019, I believe. Yeah, those are cool.
Beautiful piece.
Harrigan, what a creator. Over 100 covers for us. He is hard at work at a new batch as we speak. Super cool. Yeah, more to come.
Yeah, I love Harrigan. He's a great guy.
He's a lovely man.
Oh. I found one of these in the vault, and I figured, you know what? You guys went crazy for it when we introduced it at the Emerald City.
Oh
This
my
is a vault
God.
at number 6. Number 6, guys.
Oh my God.
Well, we got it. This is
Yeah,
it.
so that was introduced at Emerald City Comic Con too.
Huge.
Now that image, I think what happened was last September, I was talking to Richard and I was like, would you be up for doing a fully rendered style? Because sometimes he does pen and ink, most times, right? In his history of his work for us is pen and ink. And I challenged him back to do that rendered style. So actually, a lot of what you're seeing, this rendering, is actually in pencil by Richard. And so we premiered the first image at New York Comic Con last year. I knew it was going to pop.
That thing was, we gasped when we saw this.
Right.
When we were checking it.
It's ridiculous.
It's beautiful.
So that's only the second variation that we've launched. And I'm going to admit to you, I love that image. So I have like 4 more in my pocket. So I don't know when I'm going to pop them out. But I mean, as far as that particular edition that we targeted for Emerald, that's it.
I really love what he did with the hair. It's just like, boom, it just goes on for eternity. It's just beautiful. It's really beautiful. He really
It's a very evocative image. I love it.
Yeah, it's stunning.
Ortiz has been knocking it out of the park. Like, we haven't shown it yet, but for Treacherous Infamy, he did the naughty, and it's like, what the fuck?
See that?
It's
Wait,
awesome.
I wish I was still QCing books so I could be like, oh, look at this. Look at it all day long, making sure we get perfect copies for everyone. Oh.
Yeah, it's funny. I guess all of us, I walked into HQ today and, we're like a factory, people, and it's all coming and going. And I'm working on stuff that goes as far out as May of 2021 and beyond. And obviously I'm working hardcore on Treacherous Infamy. And on the other side of the company, I just finished signing Art Germ. So we're probably like, I don't know, at any given time, we're all working in a 12-month period, right? In all different elements of it. So yeah, wild stuff.
Well, I definitely think, I think 2021, we're going to need to start counting how many signatures you put out in a year. I really do. I think you could take the Guinness Book records. I mean,
so let me ask you a question. So Julian the Hooligan is longtime comics retail. Now you've been on this side of it for about 18 months. Mm-hmm. What's the experience? What's the difference?
The difference is I'm used to opening a door and interacting with the customers physically. Now I've had to in person. I can do that at shows, at cons, but since it's been paused for us for a while, I really, it's an adjustment to be like talking to people digitally, but I reach out to them by phone so I can get that old school feel of like, hey, I'm not just someone sending you a message. I'm actually going to call you and talk to you. I love doing that. I love the interaction, and it's fun because I'm building a whole new community, I think, with the eBay store and what I'm doing here, and it's a lot of fun, especially talking to wholesalers through the wholesale accounts and retailers that way. It's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Super cool. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, really happy Julian's involved. I know that when we sat down and discussed this possibility,
yes.
Do you remember what I said to you?
Welcome home.
Yeah.
It literally,
I said
it's like,
something
wow.
like, it's time for you to come home.
Yes. No, I think I still have that text somewhere. It's like, I love it. It made me feel like I went home and told my wife, she's like, that means you're meant to be there, and I think you should be. I'm like, well, I'm already saying, I think I called you right after the interview in the car. I was like, yes, I'll do it. I'll take it. I got to take it. Yeah.
Another thing, I guess, all of us guys in the room, we are super deep track pop culture nerds, and we're all, I wouldn't say snobs, but we're into what we're into, and we're into it at a level, right? So, and I think we could all respect and talk about that stuff. So it's kind of fun. I feel like I'm going to grab this for a minute. It's great to have Jimmy Calabrese on board for the same exact reason. That's right. You see these two guys. There's no posing going on.
We're all about it. We're all about it.
Yeah.
We love what we do.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Brian Pulido. Thank you, S'more. Thank you, Fiends. Oh, thank you, everyone. Oh, so great.
And then we got our resident yacht rocker in the corner.
I'm a yacht rocker.
Phil Friday, baby.
Phil Friday. I'm totally kidding.
Phil Friday is Phil Collins, people.
I'm saying.
Yeah, and you spell Friday with a PH.
That's right. I can feel it in the air tonight.
Well, it was an ongoing joke because
Brian had always mentioned when it was just me, Jimmy, and Brian. Brian would always mention like, "Oh fuck, Phil Collins, wow." So we decided to make a thing out of it. Phil
Yeah. So of
Collins.
course we had to tape up Phil's picture on the
Yeah.
in the old office, and
I would love to see that. That's awesome.
we can bring it back.
You put it in my office. I have all the old school stuff from
Phil Friday, man. I get it.
There we
Dude, Miami Vice. You know, I mean, here's the thing. I think I could say this fairly reasonable about people in this room is I get it. People out there are really bananas about sports. I get it. But guys in this room, and most of the people who work here, like we're nuts about pop culture and what we like. So Julian's like kaiju.
Oh, I love kaiju.
Jimmy's got incredible taste in music. What would you say your trip is? You know, like you're a gamer.
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah, so you're a gamer. And then you guys don't know me this way, but I believe that I have the finest taste in music on earth. And everybody's wrong. Right. And everybody's wrong. And I'm really only kidding. So I mean, I've had 10-year conversations with my boy Mark DeFore on Metallica. And it's true. Like, when did Metallica jump the shark? You know, this has been a conversation since 12 years. Yeah, for you.
Black Album.
Yeah, for most people, it's black, right?
Yeah.
And anyway, I'm being silly. I kind of, on one hand, I really think that. And then on the other hand, I know I'm just being a lunatic. But it's a fun thing to talk about. And I mean, I love, and maybe we're getting too off topic here and we've enjoyed our tequila, but like Jimmy knows this is true. Like, we know there's sports people and they know all the statistics and all the players, but we're the guys who know like all the band members and the changes and opinions. Like, I mean, as an example, I think Mike Johnson and Michelle Johnson would get this. Like, Slayer's doing their final tour, but there's no Dave Lombardo. So I'm all like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. I mean, I went, but you know, like, we're those kinds of people. Like, I mean, I am. I'm like a rock and roll snob, and I got my opinions about all this stuff. But I also know it doesn't really matter. But that's the stuff that really is just like, that's the creme de la creme. And as I was driving over here to HQ, I really was feeling like missing all these concerts that I was supposed to be seeing. Like, we're supposed to see Lamb of God, Megadeth, like 2 weeks ago or whatever it was. And then 2 nights ago was Ministry. So it's just, it's hard.
Great show.
And
show.
I get it. It's probably unimportant in the grand cosmic scheme of things, and life will go on and there'll be another thing some other time.
2021 is going to be even better.
Well, it's cool, man. They rescheduled Lamb of God and Megadeth to like already next year. So it's like something to look forward to.
I'm not a big Megadeth fan, but I saw them live with Slayer, and I was like, wow. Damn good band to see live. Even if you're not a fan of them, they are amazing and they know how to do it.
Okay, here's a Pulido rock and roll opinion. So there's the big 4, right? So it's Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth, Anthrax.
Mm-hmm.
For all those bands, except Megadeth, it takes 4 members to be that band. It only takes 1 member to be Megadeth. And that's the truth. That's the finest lead guitarist is Dave Mustaine. Sorry. Let us discuss. We can discuss this for all time. That's it. That's what I'm about.
it makes life fun.
It makes life fun. You have these great debates. If there's anyone out there like Mark DeFore, you want to talk about that? You want? I don't think it's just an impossible thing to discuss. You know, it's like, okay, who's better than Dave Mustaine for licks? I mean, you know, Unholy Wars. There's like 6 lead breaks. Okay, we digress. Anyway,
We're having
people are like, what did I tune into?
It's Friday. Who cares? We're having fun, and they're having fun with us.
Megadeth over Metallica. Death Metal Hero says Megadeth over Metallica.
Thank you.
and Jeff Monet says you are correct, sir.
I am correct.
There you go. There you go.
Megadeth.
Debate done.
Debate.
I found this, the last mystery envelope for Blasphemy Anthem, and I thought I should bring it to the vault.
Oh,
This is it. This is the only one.
777.
It's the only one I could find, and I was so giddy. I was like, I can't wait. When I could find the last of these mystery envelope stuff, I had to bring them out. Next up, Monty Moore. It's a BP, the hard rocker.
Oh man,
That is
Hard Rock
gorgeous.
great.
That's great.
Yeah, check out Monty Moore. He is hard at work.
I love the leather jacket. with the sworn. Yeah, that would be a great patch to have right there. I think that'd be a great patch.
The
to have.
M3. Yeah, so Monty Moore is hard at work on a multitude of things for Coffin Comics, but his newest series, now that we completed Seasons in the Abyss, he's working on the United States Armed Forces.
Oh,
So that's the
very
5
cool.
branches.
Nice.
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard.
What about
Boom.
Space
Yeah,
Force?
Space Force.
And Space Force.
Yeah. Can we have Steve Carell in the background? Another popular one, Heartbreaker.
Oh my God.
Diodato Hollow. This is the BP. You're gonna want it.
Maestro.
That's gorgeous. Look at that.
Yeah, that was
Remember,
great.
all foil covers come with a warning. Do not look at them in direct sunlight, especially in Arizona. You will go blind. They are gorgeous.
So Mike Diodato was artist on Lady Death for a time, for sure. And I reconnected with Maestro about a year and a half ago at this point. It was Emerald City Comic Con 2019. And I said, hey, Mike, I'm holding on to like an image that we've never reproduced. Do you mind if I do that? And if so, I want to put a couple shekels in your pocket. And he was like, absolutely. And he was so generous and gracious to kind of come over, and we hugged. And, there's a certain intimacy that goes on when people create things together and, sit and put some time in. And, Diodato was an artist on Lady Death for a solid year and a half. And I had loved his run on Wonder Woman. And I invited him on board, and he took the job on. And I think he made her look phenomenal. He was the artist on at least 16 issues. It was our monthly run. Yeah, it was pretty cool. The storylines including Wicked Ways, et cetera, et cetera. Good times.
I love breaking up stuff that brings up the classic conversation. Oh, hey, look, another handcrafted. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that.
So that's Ken Hunt, and that is number 17 of 20.
Beautiful.
Check the comments.
So we showed was it one of the 16? I think it was yesterday or the day before. So this is number 17. So far, I haven't run across any APs, but if I do, you know where to find me.
Ed Osling was talking about the 1999 New Year's Eve show.
Oh, wow.
I was there. Of course.
Wow, that was a great show.
Crazy lineup. So it was, if I recall correctly, memory serves, Megadeth, Pantera, Slayer, and Black Sabbath rang in the new year. And at midnight, they played Black Sabbath.
Nice.
So that's what I remember. There were probably other acts, but they played it in Bank One Ballpark, which is like the equivalent of Yankee Stadium out here. You were there?
I was there for half the show and then I had to leave. So I missed all Black Sabbath. It was the only time I was going to be able to see Black Sabbath. It will never happen again. So
it's too bad.
it reminds me of like a ministry show. My
I-
buddy goes to a ministry show. He thinks he's going to the restroom, goes into the band's room, and he's like, oh, hey, oh, and they kicked him out. Just before the band got on. He's like, it's my favorite band, man. Don't do this to me.
Yeah, I've seen that classic lineup of Black Sabbath at least like 7 or 8 times.
I am envious. I am very envious.
Yeah, in 2004, myself and a pal, a guy named James Collins, who owns a comic shop called JC's Cards and Comics and More, we followed Ozfest 04 together throughout the entire Midwest. And our commitment was crazy. We were at every show from the beginning of the morning to night, because they started the second stage at 8:30 in the morning. So I remember one time we were seeing Lacuna Coil at 8:30 in the morning in pouring rain.
Wow.
But it was also a great show because I discovered Slipknot and Lamb of God. Like, I didn't even know Lamb of God, and my first experience of them was witnessing them performing. And so over the course of 3 days, one thing that's kind of cool I'd like to mention is that as I'm writing a story or workshopping a story, I love bringing them to concerts. For some reason, the music really triggers floods of imagery for me. So when I saw Lamb of God, they were really triggering a lot of imagery that became a storyline I wrote during the Avatar era called Abandon All Hope and Black Lands and Cursed Earth. So yeah.
Which
Cool
is
stuff.
interesting because when you write, you don't listen to anything and you don't have blank
No,
walls, and it's just
I don't. Yeah.
So the creative process
Yeah, and I don't usually start from a blank slate. By the time I sit to write, I've amassed stuff, sort of like a builder. It's like I have all the raw materials. I'll have, I have like exhaustive note taking, and then it's just time to kind of execute. Try to do about like 60% of the work ahead of time, so that when I land, like I particularly want to know where it begins, and I particularly want to know where it ends. Particularly, like if you don't know where your story ends, I read it. Let me back up a minute. I read an interview with Mark Waid, and I thought it was really cool. It was like he said that every time he's wrote a cliffhanger during writing The Flash, he never knew where it would go. And I could respect that. And I do a version of that where I'll create a character that's fully formed and then back in what the origin would be. But to sort of not know what the end is a very dangerous place, So anyway, I digress. Back to the vault in the last 10 minutes of the vault.
Oh, okay, here we go. I'm going to make it fast. We got an Apocalyptic Abyss. This is the last one, 113 out of 113. This is the Naughty Hell Witch set 2. There's the second piece right there. And this is the other variation of the tape, correct? Kind of similar?
It was that year for sure. Yeah. Yeah, that was a strong piece. Yeah.
Actually, we stay open till 5.
Oh, okay. Well, we're staying open till 5.
Oh, nice. Then I hate to show you guys. Look what I found. 5 copies, guys. Get them while I got it. This book is really hot.
So this is Shannon
This is
Mayer.
Shannon Mayer.
Well, let's show it a little nicer.
One
What do
thing
you
that
think this run is limited to? Because it was
I mean, it was a Comics Market one, a Naughty edition, definitely under 1,000.
yeah, that's beautiful, and it's amazing because my first 2 months here, this book was slowly all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. Almost every order was scooping them up. So I was lucky enough to find a few more in their old con stock boxes. So I hope I can get even more out to you guys. But once these are done, pretty much every edition I found, that's it. We're completely out. And this was just old con stock.
Yeah, and this is the Quiet but Deadly back issue, I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are really kind of like, they're kind of glomming on that one. Want to refer to a couple of comments we saw. Francisco Pulido was mentioned when we all went to see that Ozzy show. It was so crazy. Like, they had the giant Jumbotron, and he actually turned over and just like spread his butt cheeks and just, just showed his butthole to everybody.
Happy New Year.
Just happy.
it's Ozzy. Come on.
Yeah, I don't judge. It's only rock and roll.
Hey,
But I like
started ants. What more would you expect from Ozzy?
Yeah, Ed Osling, you're right, man. That was an amazing show. Very, very memorable show. I mean, the crazy thing is the amount of people there. I mean, it was basically a baseball stadium filled with metalheads and people just loving that kind of stuff.
Pack the heck out of that place too.
Yeah.
I hope they do more shows when everything's
I'll
done.
go to a show like that, and the one thing I dread is like, how am I going to get out of here in a reasonable time frame? Like, where do I got to park where I can outthink 40,000 people who all want to get out at the same time, right? Like, it's the end of the night.
You go down the block away from the venue
Correct.
so you can get the hell out.
Correct.
Yep, because you're ready to go home.
And face the highway.
Exactly. I'm out of here.
That's what I do when we go to Desert Sky. Like,
oh my God, I forgot about that.
So Desert Sky Pavilion is our shed out here, and you probably, wherever you are, you probably have the equivalent of a shed. But my whole technique is I park far away, near the exit, pointing to the exit.
Easy in, easy out.
Easy in, easy out. And then, like, I'll wait till the very end of the show. There's no doubt. But then it's sort of like I'm like fast walking. I don't know about you guys. Like, for me, it's like the worst.
Show's done. I got to get out. I don't want to sit in traffic in
That's
a
how I
parking
feel
lot.
about cons, too.
Yeah.
It's like, I love cons. And then when it's over, it's like, we got to get out of here.
Oh, I remember.
We got to get out of here.
Pack it up quick, man. Pack it up. Let's wrap it up.
Let's
We're going home.
go.
Yep.
I don't know what it is. I like get claustrophobic. I'm like, I got to get out of here.
No, I
Have you ever been in this, like, have you ever screwed up? Like, one time, again, I was with my pal in 2004, and I think we're at a shed show, 2004, parked in the grass, and we forgot where we were.
Oh, that's like going to old Compton Terrace, and you're like,
Same
oh
thing.
my God, where did I park? Because that parking lot's huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
The
It's
worst
it's
thing.
hours.
And you're walking around, everyone's leaving. Oh, there's my car. Everyone's gone, and there's your car.
That's
there you
the only
go.
way you
That's
find
how
out.
it goes.
That's
how it
exactly
goes.
what happened.
I think that's what happened to me at Lollapalooza 1 there. It was like, where's the car? I had a whole bunch of people. I was the sober driver, and everyone's on LSD behind me. And I'm like, come on, kittens. Come on. Let's find the damn car. I want to go home. Horrible.
Yeah.
Great show, but man, the aftermath was. I was like,
Yeah.
let's go. I want to go home. I'm
Yeah.
out of here.
That reminds me of, this is a totally tangential story. So a couple years ago, I'm at Motor City Comic Con, and I link up with my pal, the metal legend, and we're going to go see Slash. So that makes sense, right? So the con's the next day. So it's let's say it's a Thursday night, the con's Friday. So he picks me up late. We head towards Slash late. We get to Slash late, but we get to see some of the show. The show is great. And in fact, because we have kind of a high ratio of being able to bullshit around and stuff, we meet Slash. It's great. You know, so we meet, we hang out a little bit. His handler is a little intense, but, you know, we say hello, la-di-da. And then my Metal Legend pal knows people on the road crew. So we get on the bus. We're hanging out with the road crew. People do what they like to do. That's their business. And by now, though, it's about midnight, let's say. Mm-hmm. Then my pal Metal Legend says to me, he's like, you know what? I need to just make one stop and then we'll kind of head back. Now, heading back is about 90 minutes away, right? Back to the shit thing. So we go to where he's going, hangs out, and they're trading comics, but they're partying. I don't really party that way, but they're partying. And by the time this thing is done, him talking, this, that, and the other, we're starting back for the first day of the con at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, those are great days.
So we land at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I got to get up at 8 or so for the con. And that was just the beginning. The next night, we actually went down into town, into Detroit, to a place called Harpo's, which, rest in peace, Harpo's is like one of the preeminent rock venues of Detroit in the worst section of town. And we went to go see Watain. Now, if you don't know anything about Watain, do yourself a favor. They're the best. But it was super hardcore. And like Watain was so deep track musically for people that there was only about 60 people at the show. No joke. So this is a venue that holds thousands. And I had seen Rob Halford there. I'd seen Superjoint Ritual, Down, a lot of acts there. But literally there weren't enough people there that but Watain is a black metal band that brings live carved up animal flesh, and they douse themselves in blood. It smells.
They have the full show for that?
Yeah, they had the full show for that. It was crazy. You know, so it's like the smell of like bloody animal flesh plus incense. It was crazy. Anyway, my point being, that was just like another crazy night. Well, with the weird, this is the first time this ever happened. So imagine like you're seeing like a full-scale black metal show. There's only 60 people there for a venue that could hold thousands. And then at one point, the venue says, we can no longer stay open. You got to cut it short. It's not financially responsible for us to even stay open. So they cut it short. So then anyway, we head back, la la la. But that was like the Metal Legend weekend classic. Next item from the vault.
There's only 15 of these beautiful pieces. It's the Devotions Zombie Lady sketch Crimson.
Wow, so
this is
completes
it.
the set.
That completes it.
There it is.
I tried to make sure I brought out one of each, and I did so.
Mr. Nick, do we have anything left on the vault that
We do,
show?
actually.
Hello, Sean Durant.
You actually. Let me double check here.
So-
There's 3 the last time I looked. We still have Hellwitch Hellborn Metal Legend Edition, artist proof number 4 available.
What? You mean this beautiful piece?
Yeah.
Bam!
Whoa.
And then we have
Get it.
And then we have the Lady Death Apocalyptic Abyss number 1 Super Metal Edition, the artist proof number 5.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And, we also have the Apocalyptic Abyss Legend 3-book set. The
Yeah.
number 4.
Yeah. Number 4. Folks, look at
I
this.
think those are the last 3.
Beautiful.
Ed Osling was talking about that 1999 Pantera show. And the other thing that I would say about like seeing Phil as the lead singer in other bands like Superjoint Ritual and Down, like one time I saw him 3 times fronting Superjoint, and people just weren't excited enough. So he started like screaming and yelling and carrying on and like just yelling at everybody. And it was just so easy to just sit back and say, Phil, dude, you know, just play. Yeah, just relax, dude. But you know, he's Phil, so it's all right.
Pantera used to put on great shows.
Yeah.
I saw
Pantera.
them twice. They were
After
really good.
Pantera, kind of,
Yeah.
nothing's going to please you like that.
It's pretty hard. I mean, I do think Lamb of God kind of has that swampy swing that Pantera just has that swing and that groove, man.
Oh yeah, Dimebag.
I mean, 2 notes right here, just like 3 notes. The
Just thinking that in my head before
That's
you
it.
did that. Yep.
And you're there,
Yep.
right? And there's not too many bands that could do that. And I'd say Lamb of God can get there. I mean, they get a little more extreme, but
That's a lot of fun. I remember seeing them. I think they were opening for.
don't get me upset now. Like, I'll never
Metallica.
see Pantera again. It's horrible.
True.
I saw him a metric shit ton of times though, so I'm so happy about that. I remember a great tour. They had Wheels of Steel with Static X and Slayer. Wheels of Steel, that was a good one.
tour.
They opened. I mean, I saw them open for Rob Zombie. First, it was what's that band? I was just listening to him. Okay, well, it was Pantera, Rob Zombie, which was great. Opening by Filter opening.
Oh, good band live too.
Yeah,
I've seen
they're
them.
right.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah.
I got to think Rob Zombie, he got me to finally see the band I'd always wanted to see, The Damned, open for him. And I was just like, I was in heaven. And I got to, Captain Sensible was hanging out in the audience. So I walked right up and was like, oh my God, I've been wanting to see you since I was a kid. He's like, cool, let's have a drink. I'm like, then we're having a drink. And I was happy as hell. It was one of my highlights growing up. It's like, wow, I got to have a drink with Captain Sensible.
Highlight of grade school.
Oh God, it was great.
Dude, like 2 years ago, I was going to a con, whatever it was. You know, it's usually early leave, get on the plane, la-di-da. But my pal marked it for, and I went to go see The Damned at Marquee. And it's totally on point. Yeah, man. Dave Vanian, Captain Sensible, fantastic show. Really, those guys really put on a show.
The Damned are a great band. If you haven't seen them, check them out. They have a wonderful, I think she's still with us. She used to be with Sisters of Mercy. She was with the Damned for a while. She's married to Dave Vanian.
Oh, how cool
She
is
was
that?
performing.
Yeah, Dave Vanian's like the coolest.
Oh, I love
Oh,
this.
I'm
This is the Metallic Goth. This is one of my favorites. This is an AP4.
I wonder who picked it up.
I don't know, but they have great taste. This is just beautiful. This always caught my eye the first time I saw it. And I'm like, so I think there is no more after this. That's it. This is my last one I could find. So if I find another one, you will know. Another classic. I love digging through. Another handwritten #3. This is the Judgment War #1 All Souls edition.
Not surprised at that.
This
When I
is
published
gorgeous.
that comic book, that weekend was the weekend I consolidated and fermented the La Muerta storyline.
Really?
That was it.
This is the beginning.
That was it. Correct. Yep. A pal named Darla Petty on her own also came cosplaying as La Muerta in that particular vision. And yeah, I mean, I think that goes back to 2012. And yeah,
It's an
I mean,
old school one.
yeah, I'd been like workshopping the story, and this is the one. This was year 2 of Albuquerque of Tucson Comic Con.
It's amazing. Every cover has a story. It's
That's
so
great.
March
It's
20th, March. So it says March 2011. Yeah, and then I had maybe a couple copies left over and brought it down to Tucson, and this fermented that story of La Muerta.
That's great. And here you go. Speaking of
responding
Lamar,
to that image, yeah.
boom. Publisher file. Pulled that one out. It's the Scarlet Edition, last rights. It's the A.
It is gone.
And it's gone. Also, Unholy Ruin Metallic Jewel Edition. I love this design. This is one of the first metal jewels I ever got to sell for you guys 5 years ago.
Again, Jesse Witchman on his own
Perfect.
accord came up with his.
Yeah.
Now, different people want different levels of input, and Witchman is just a ferocious creator, and it really, I take zero credit except to lay the condition for him to succeed. It's just like lay it all out where it's like, okay, man, contribute, because that's 100%. As most of his are, really. It's just
That's stunning.
that Pharaoh idea is him. What I didn't know, and I guess what I learned, was that a woman could be a pharaoh in ancient Egypt. I didn't know that. I thought they were queens, but apparently they could be a pharaoh. So hence we named it Pharaoh.
And the nameless wolves are.
I love the how they put the jewels in the eyes. It just really is so dramatic. And I
remember that sold out so quick too. It was too
I didn't even know about it till 2015 Phoenix Con, when it was still called Phoenix Comic Con. I remember it was the first time Fran and Brian broke out. They go, check out these. And I'm like, I've never seen anything like that. They're like, can you sell them all? It's like, I'm going to sell them all. And I did.
You did.
I sold them all.
It was incredible.
It was fun to do. It was a lot of fun to do.
Very eye-opening experience. I'm like, Julian's got the knack.
I love selling books to people who love beautiful art, and I'm gonna say this is a piece that I think would look great in a nice display case with nice museum tea lights shining down on those crystals.
I agree. So big up to King Scott Finley, who has to take off for the night. Thanks for being there. And Jason Coates. Yes, Darla Petty was indeed the model for Brian P's Blood edition. And we actually did an edition years ago by the artist Brian P, which was made in his own blood, painted in his own blood. Wow. Good times.
I don't know how to react to that. Here we go. Here's a Mendoza. This is the number 5 from the vault. That means there's probably maybe 1 or 2 more left, and that's it. They're done. Oh, and here we go. The Don Mateague, Lady Death Hell Raiders, Necro Sketch C. This is the last one. I made sure I pulled out all 4 for you guys just for this week. And then I love these. I love these slabbed editions. And is this one of the ones that says number 11? Yes, we cranked it up to 11 on this one.
And it's
CCG.
CCG.
The CCG. This is great. I love the first time I saw these. These are great. And you have to tell people, no, this is not a real slab book. This is a replica because we got the 13, the 13, the 666, 13, 666, 13. Come on. That's all us. And it's a fun little homage to CGC grading. I think that's great. And the last couple I got for you guys, which I'm sure are already gone. Oh, no.
Look at the back of that cover. I think we didn't like punk out. It wasn't
Oh,
just
that's
the front.
true,
Yeah. I like those. Oh no! Okay, yeah, no. There it is. It's a full slab,
Yep.
Yeah, full slab all the way.
and that's
back.
our old school
Logos.
back in the punk rock era of Coffin.
That's beautiful. I love watching the evolution of our logo. I think that's one of my favorite things when I go through these books.
It's hard to see it. Like way up there in the archive, we have the evolution of the logo.
I think that's the one thing in the archive I look at the most because I just love looking how it just progressed over the years. All right, I'm sure this is already gone, but it's the Echoes Mendoza Instant Edition from Fiend Fest last year. It's a BP. Get it? It's yours.
He did that live, right?
Yeah.
Not only did he do it live, but the premise was like when it was complete, it would go to press or it would be scanned in, then we go to print. However, since some of it was painted, it wasn't drying fast enough. So actually someone went to a hotel and got a air dryer and dried it up for us. It was real. It's like creating comics as an action sport. So big up to Dan for being willing to play.
That was a really fun experience to watch, especially the other instant we did where it was like everyone did a piece to the Lady Death one. That was a lot of fun. That was really neat.
Yeah, what I can tell you about Dan is that he just agreed to an assignment related to Hell Witch Sacrilege. So it'll be a 3-image set. And the theme that I gave him, I got him all the reference. That's another fun thing about working with Dan. It's like, I'm going to give you all the reference. So it's sort of like all the ingredients of the meal, and please feel free to make the meal. So the theme is women in prison. So we'll see what Dan Mendoza comes up with.
Boy. Damn it,
Oh, God.
women in-
It's going to be amazing.
Can't wait to see
I
it.
can't wait to see that. Yeah, no kidding, Jimmy. And the last one, it's the Instant Virgin.
Oh my
Mike
God.
DeBalfo.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
classic.
And this is another instant edition he did for us at a show. Just real quick, bam, bam, bam.
It was the first ever instant edition.
Wow.
Yeah. Was that like 2014 or something? Originally
2012,
speaking.
it says. Yeah, 2012.
Okay,
Down at the bottom.
2012.
Wow.
So yeah, it's pretty amazing to think back 8 years. But yeah, particularly back then, we had a general idea of what was going to happen. But yeah, it all happened live. Like that Friday at 1:00, Mike showed up, drew it till about 2. Nick G went out and scanned it.
Yep.
And then it got into the hands of Jason Jensen in Greeley, Colorado. Then it came back to Mike Flippin in Paradise Valley, Arizona, who did the graphic design. And then it went to our printer in Tempe, Arizona.
How'd you come up with that idea?
What I realized is it was possible. That's it. So I was thinking it through and I'm like, well, I think it's possible. So yeah, that was it. I guess that's it.
It's like, there's a mountain. We can climb it. Let's climb it.
So probably the whole story, it kind of just occurred to me. I'm always interested in, or let me back up a minute. A lot of what we do in comics is solitary and it's kind of quiet, and compared to other entertainment forms, like we're not performers, like let's say we're not Aerosmith, we're not performers like actors. And really the process of collecting a comic book can be very quiet. And I'm always interested in how can we increase the excitement, the interactivity, and the unknown, and creating surprises. I guess one of the joys of my life is just kind of creating unexpected fun for people. And when I realized that it was possible, particularly because it's all in our area, so we were able to create the image in Phoenix. Even if it went all around the world, it would come back to Phoenix to be printed, and then it would be delivered. As soon as I kind of realized that, I'm like, that's something that we want to do. And it's frequently what I'm always thinking about. When I was a kid, probably at a very early age, I was reading a lot of books about P.T. Barnum. Jimmy Calabrese and I have talked about this off to the side. And I just love that sometimes in a kind of an otherwise kind of dull world, that this guy presented this magic to people. You know, crazy things like, you know, the Fiji mermaid. It wasn't real, but it just created excitement, and it was just strange and wonderful and odd. So my brain is orientated towards anything that I can do like that in an effort to really spread fun and joy in the world is exactly what I want to do every day.
I see the Fiji one. I was at Tombstone. They had it on display at
wow.
one of the Old West there. So if you get a chance, check it out. And so it was class. Like, I couldn't believe I was seeing this as a kid. It was amazing. Really amazing.
So here we are, Friday, getting close to 5, getting close to shutting down the vault. But I would be remiss if I did not highlight for you some of the items that we're offering throughout the rest of the weekend at Comic-Con at Home Coffin Comics. So please feast your eyes on the work of Lady Death Swimsuit, Sora Sung Edition, Nice and Naughty. That seems to be Nick's alarm to shut down the vault. Now, we yesterday asked him to do something like dun, 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 dun. We'll work on that. Also, the lava-inspired imagery of Jesse Witchman, the Nice, the Naughty. Stars will not appear when you receive the book. In the metal. And then, of course, the Death Gun Warriors edition. And I want to point something out about Death Wars in a minute. Death Gun. And then also the Lady Death sketch cards. So you may be looking at this and saying to yourself, what is this? So inside is a unique trading card of original art. So this is Lady Death Goddess Gold. There were only 750 in total, and we're offering them to you this weekend. Now, let's talk Death Guard for a minute. First of all, I can be honest with you. I'm an old school 70s Marvel nerd. And back in the day, when Marvel released their Death Gun Warriors books, there was the normal corner box. But Marvel had made a deal with, I believe, Walmart or a third party called Whitman, some company called Whitman. And Whitman bought a volume of several books, would place them all together in a little package and sell them to Walmart. And how those were distinguished is in this odd little diamond shape. So we're offering 150 of the Death Gun Warriors, but I think we're only offering 5 or 10, is it, Nick?
It's like 10.
So 10 copies of the quote-unquote Whitman variant. And for astute fiends, you'll notice that HQ itself is portrayed as the Death Gun Warrior.
Didn't notice that. Awesome.
So here we are, folks, the last couple minutes. Julian the Hooligan, is there anything you want to say out to the nation?
It's been a fun 3 days. We put all our hard work and everything to getting these little presentations for you. And it's a lot of fun, and we're glad you guys are responding to it. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, SDCC, for giving us this opportunity to be one of the presenters. So thank you very much, everybody.
And I know Storm Nation appreciates the items that you picked out, that helped Brian picked out.
Thank you.
So great stuff, guys.
I would have to give credit completely to Julian the Hooligan, who oversees the vault, and he curated these 3 sessions. Nick G, is there anything you need to say?
Thanks, everybody. This was awesome. I wasn't expecting this stuff to sell out this fast. So.
And then Jimmy Calabrese, is there anything that you would like to say? One moment.
Oh, here we go. Once again, thank you guys. This is incredible, amazing. Even though, we're kind of stuck at home, this is San Diego Comic-Con at home. I feel like we were there with you guys and you're with us, because we got the, not that many people can actually do what we do with the coming together with, the fan base, with the Fiends and the Sworn Nation. So thank you so much for participating and loving what we do, because Brian Pulido is deep track, and that is for sure. And yeah, thank you guys. Love it.
Well, right on, folks. In conclusion, a couple things. The show never ends. So Comic-Con at home occurs the balance of the weekend. Here we are Friday. Want you guys to have a blast of a weekend. I always encourage people to watch horror films, drink beer, and read some comics, which is exactly what I intend to do. I've been rewatching the Netflix series Black Summer, and it's really fun. And I know I went to Humble Bundle and bought a bunch of image trades, so I'm going to start delving into those. But in the domain of Coffin Comics, I want you to know that Lady Death, Treacherous Infamy is coming August 12th, 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And then once we conclude Treacherous Infamy, Coffin Comics Crucial Con is coming your way. And then once we conclude Crucial Con, Hell Witch Sacrilegious is coming your way. So the show never ends. You guys have been great. We've been Coffin Comics. Holler at your boy.
Everyone have a great weekend. Thank you.
The vault is closing.
The vault is closed.